So today I'm going to describe the interlocking method for dreadlocks. First of all, you definitely want your locks to be grown out about an inch. The interlocking method can be used to tighten your dreads. It can also be used to give you a more uniform look. However, interlocks, when you use the method of interlocking to tighten your dreads from the roots, you don't necessarily get a nice, neat look. That's more of a twist and pin. So with that in mind, the interlocking method is quite simple. However, you do want to be careful when doing it, because what you're essentially doing is creating knots in your hair, which will cause the dread to get a little bit stronger, but it also will give you pause to keep in that same direction when you start your interlocking method. So the first thing you do is you get your new growth. And what I like to do first is to smooth it out to make sure that the hair is going all in one direction. Then you split it in two, just enough to put your finger through. You take the end of your dread, and basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to take the dread through the loop that you just made and pull it out. And what you're doing here is creating a little bit more strength right here on this tip here from where the roots go into the dreads. So you're going to do it one more time. And as you do it, you kind of pull down to make sure it gets nice and tight and locks in. And you'll notice how her roots started off basically undreaded. It was just one, kind of just looked like basic grow out. But then as you begin to interlock, it gets a little tighter here, and that gives the dread from the root area a little bit more support. So you keep going until you get that little knot right in there. And a lot of times you don't want to go too tight. You want to stay away from the scalp enough to give the very root of the dread area to kind of grow out and breathe a little. Because once you get too tight, then you'll get a ball up. And you definitely don't want that. So get it down to about right there. And then you pin it off and then let that stay, and then you continue on. And that is how you do interlockings for your dreads.